Welcome, everyone. I'm Sergeant Chelsea Baker.
And I'm Specialist David Erskine. And okay, I guess I'll take it from there. Okay, so today we're out mobile again. This time we're out at the aviation facility out at McIntyre on the Army side, and we have the commander of the aviation, and I'll let her introduce herself so she gets her title and everything right. But Captain.
Yep, so I am Captain Natalie Byrom. I am the Alpha Company, 1st and 151st Attack Reconnaissance Battalion Commander, and I am a Line Company Commander for the Apache AH64 helicopter.
That's right, and we happen to have one of those. That is not a cutout in behind us. That is the real deal. While we're out here, I know folks on iTunes won't be able to see it, but folks on YouTube definitely be able to see it. So we wanted to kind of come out here and talk to you a little bit about this. Well, you being the commander out here, and obviously the unit also. This unit typically has been very busy.
Absolutely.
In the history of the South Carolina National Guard. So just wanted to get some information and I guess kind of hear your story about being out here and why you came to be an Apache pilot and kind of all that. So we'll let you take it away, and we'll walk with you down memory lane.
Yeah, certainly. So to start off, you said we're known to be a busy battalion. Absolutely. I don't think we know how to be anything but busy. The Apache has, quite a large spectrum of mission sets. So we're attack, reconnaissance, and security. So you can just imagine all the different things that fall under that. We could have deliberate operations, we could be quick reaction force, we could just be out there trying to develop the picture for the ground force commander. So we're constantly training a lot of different mission sets. So if anybody enjoys doing something different and training and learning more than you ever thought you could, then the Apache might be the right thing for you. And we are recruiting, so consider becoming an Apache pilot.
There you go, quick plug. Now, I guess outside of just the pilots and stuff themselves, but there's a large community that supports
absolutely
the function of these helicopters out here.
I mean, the heart and soul isn't, it's not the pilots. I mean, granted, we're the ones out there executing, but it's everybody that comes together to join in and get us flying. So all of our maintainers, all of our ground support, I mean, they are the workhorses. They are so invaluable, and they make it happen. So if anybody is interested in anything mechanical, which that was not my strong suit growing up, so if you are interested, if it's something that you're passionate about, yeah, absolutely, we could certainly use some more talent out here to work on aircraft and just get their hands on to something that's, over $30 million and get your hands a little dirty.
And I just want to point this out real quick. If you don't think these are actually in working condition podcasts that we're doing live out here in the field, but they're about to move our backdrop out of the way, which is going to be very sad, but it's going to happen. But anyway, y'all got to see it for a few minutes anyway before. But you can't stop the mission, as it were. They got stuff going on. They're getting it done. So there you go. There's truth in reality right there. So how about yourself? Tell me a little bit, kind of how you wound up here.
I ask myself that same question all the time. How did you end up out here? Really, the first answer I have is I think it was in my blood. My father was a Cobra pilot on active duty, so I was born and raised in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I think it's something that just kind of naturally occurred for me, but I didn't know that. When I was in college, I actually was an ROTC at the Citadel. I wanted to be a medical service officer. So this is a far throw from that, as you can see.
Yep.
I think I had this opportunity in college to do a program called CTLT, or Cadet Troop Leading Time. It's where, as a rising senior in college, right in between your junior and senior year, you take about a month during the summer to shadow, a real-life lieutenant on active duty. And it was a very fun experience. I was assigned to an aviation unit, and at the time I was devastated. There was an opening for an MI position in Germany, and I wanted to go on that. But I took aviation at Fort Campbell, and my lieutenant, when he heard that I wasn't interested in aviation, was like, "Oh, you're going to be. I will make sure that this happens." And he got me a flight in a Black Hawk, a Chinook, and I actually got to fly a Kiowa. I'm not sure how a general approved of that, but thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I was hooked, and that's when I think being born into it really kind of came in, and I realized that I've always loved being in the air. It's so freeing, I think is the word that I would use for that. And it's a very liberating feeling to just be out there, and it just felt right.
Yeah.
So aviation after that, I was just bent on getting it and fought to become an aviator in the South Carolina Guard. Yeah.
So what's your favorite thing about the Apaches?
So I do love the attack mission set of the Apache. I know we don't have a stateside mission, and I know a lot of people like to do things, stateside, but I love that attack mission. I mean, it's amazing what we're able to do to support the ground force overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if you like pyrotechnics at all, then it's also quite fun.
I'm telling you, she is maybe the best salesperson we've ever had on the show. Like, she is just killing this. Like, I'm thinking about going up and signing up to be in aviation. Who knows?
I mean, if you are passionate about something and you get to do what you enjoy, you won't feel like you're working.
Yeah.
And I mean, being an officer, obviously, I feel like I'm working some days, but being a pilot, I don't.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. I think it's cool, though, that how you were saying that you wanted to do one thing and then it kind of led you into this, because that's how it happened with me. I joined the military not really knowing what I was going to do, what to expect, and where it was going to take me. And then it brought me to where I am now, doing what I actually originally wanted to do. So it's crazy how, like, your path things just happen when it's supposed to happen and it just works out in the end. But I'm kind of curious, whenever you were looking into aviation, were you set on the Apache, or were you like, I don't know what I want to fly, or did you want to fly another airframe or anything like that, or did it just happen that way? Yeah,
so when I decided that I wanted aviation, I had actually missed every deadline. I didn't get a flight physical. I didn't take, at the time, the AFAST. It's now the SIFT. I didn't take anything, and I was told that it was too late. It just would not happen for active duty. So I had to kind of learn on the fly, and I really only had a few weeks before graduation I think I had 5 weeks to get it done. And somebody gave me the phone number to, now I think it's Colonel Gale House, and said, call him. If anybody knows anything about getting you into aviation, it's him. And I happened to call him the same week that he was about to run a weekend kind of how to submit your flight packet board. So I came, sat in his office right after, and I said, sir, I've got 5 weeks to make this happen. Can we do it? And he was like, I don't know if I can get you in for a flight physical in time. We'll see. So, going through this process, I didn't even know if I would make it to the board in time before I had to accept a different branch. Mm-hmm. So I was willing to accept any aircraft, but at the end of my board, obviously, I made it to the board in time. At the end of
Big
my
suspense
board,
killer here. She made it, folks.
At the end, they asked, they're like, we just always ask people, what's your preference on aircraft? And the whole time, because I was so excited, I was like, yes, they asked me. I didn't think you would, but I really want to fly the Apache. In my mind, I was like, that is the most elite airframe that the Army has. And that's not to knock any other aircraft. Just in my mind, I'm like, wow, you've got a weapons system. Obviously, you've got the whole aircraft.
Yeah.
They all fly, but this one shoots. So in my mind, I was like, yeah, I want the most elite thing that the military has. If I ever want to switch, I imagine it'd be a little bit easier to switch to something without a weapons system than to go from something without to one with. Mm-hmm. Granted, now that I'm an Apache pilot, I'll never switch. I love it too much, but yeah, I kind of always knew that was what I wanted to do. I just didn't know if I would get it, so I never said anything until the end of my board.
Nice. That's good. It's funny. Oddly enough, we were almost having a very similar conversation about how things work out in careers and jobs, and there are those very few people in this world to get to do something they actually love. Yeah. Like you would come in and do this for free. The money just happens to happen, part of it. That's what goes with working.
I actually live in Georgia, so coming here, I pretty much do it for free.
Yeah, there you go. So, but that's part of it. But now you've kind of moved on. Obviously you're still a pilot, but now you've moved up to commander role out here with things. So how's that learning curve? And how long have you been in it, I guess, as part of that?
Yeah, so it'll be 2 years in May. I started off, coming out of flight school, I was a platoon leader. I loved that role, but I couldn't wait to be a company commander. I was like, yes. Once you're a company commander, you're to really have a huge influence over your aviators and all of your maintainers as well, and just bring all the big picture together. Mm-hmm. And we deployed to Afghanistan in 2017. And the whole time I'm in my battalion commander's ear, hey, sir, I know we're looking at doing a change of command at some point. I just want you to know I really want to be a company commander. and I want you to know, I know I'm in Alpha Company as a platoon leader right now, but I really want to be the Alpha Company commander. And I think I can just really do great things. So I would say that the transition was something that I wanted so badly that it's been everything that I wanted. I love to take care of soldiers. It sounds insane, but I actually like the admin side of it too, because it's something that helps your soldiers. I like getting them paid. I like writing recommendations for them to help them get a flight packet. Like when one of my maintainers tells me that they're interested in going to flight school, that lights me up. And it just shows that you can really grow within this community. So for me, it's been very, very fulfilling. I love to fly, but I love being a commander even more.
Yeah.
They're still working, folks. I think it's not happening.
Yes, that is our hangar door trying to shut.
Nice. When they were opening them up earlier, it was like, are they moving helicopters or they just need sunlight in here for a few minutes? But obviously they had
Probably
to move
a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. So, but well, that's outstanding. It's sitting here talking with you, you're kind of infectious in the right way, not in any kind of wrong way.
Coronavirus.
Not coronavirus. But you're just. It's awesome to meet somebody that seems generally like happy and enthusiastic about their job, and I think that happens a lot in the Guard community as a whole. We have people who get into positions where they love what they do, and they try to grow. They try to grow the whole community, not just themselves, but the whole community. So I guess we kind of covered a little bit your past, your present, where you're at now. What you hoping on down the road? Because it seems like you're very good at whatever goal that you have. That's where you wind up. So we just want to go ahead and make the prediction now on our show so we can say we were ahead of it.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, first I want to say to anybody out there right now, if you're not happy in what you're doing, just know that it's not too late to change to something else. I've seen so many people join the aviation community that thought it could never happen, and then suddenly, somehow a hand reached out and it happened for them. Alternatively, I have friends in other branches that didn't know that's what they wanted to do, and they decided what they thought was late in their career to go, and it's turning out very successful for them. So no matter who you are, no matter what rank you are, where you are, what state, it doesn't matter. You can achieve a lot of things, and if I would have believed everybody that told me it was too late or I couldn't make something happen, one, I wouldn't be an aviator, and two, I certainly wouldn't be an attack company commander.
Yeah.
So don't give up on anything that you want. The other side of it, gosh, second career, I don't know that it gets much better than being a company commander.
Okay. You're stopping right here.
In any branch, I don't know if it's much better. So I have always really been interested in intelligence. So originally my path was to go be an intel officer, but we did just fill that slot with another aviator. So alternate plans, I don't know. We'll see.
You're just paying it by ear now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy to be in the battalion. As long as I get to keep flying the Apache, we'll be good. But in the meantime, I'm going to hang on to company commander as long as I can.
It's mine. It's all mine.
Exactly. Oh, you want it? No.
No, exactly. It was awesome coming out here because while we're out here, we also ran into some other folks that y'all have out here. So hopefully we'll be able to get some of your other folks on the podcast and do some interviews with them and stuff.
Yeah, we've definitely got a great community.
Yeah. Sergeant Rhodes, I know her sister, so I talked to her for a minute. I was like, "Come on!" I was like, "You come be on." So yeah, we're always happy when we meet people like you. We can come out and kind of highlight what you're doing and I guess your enthusiasm and the changes and all that kind of stuff, and it shows a level of achievement, and it's just a good story.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about a whole lot of stuff, but I feel good about this. This makes me happy.
Your drill weekend is complete now.
Yeah, I feel like I've accomplished something. So, I guess any parting words for us, ma'am, because we don't want to hold you up. We know you got a lot of stuff, a lot of soldiers to take care of. So.
Yeah, honestly, it's what I said earlier. If you want it, go for it. If you don't force yourself to do something you don't want to do, right? I think if you start to look at doing something that you're passionate about, and granted there are hurdles, but there's not real blockades around here, right? There's not a lot of things that would truly stand in your way to keep you from doing something. It might be hard, but if it was easy, would you want it?
Yeah, no.
Probably not, yeah. I don't think I've really wanted very many easy things in my life. Probably why I'm always so busy too. But yeah, and I will just say a plug for aviation again. I am an M-Day soldier, and again, I just said I live in Georgia, so I drive 3.5 hours here to meet all my requirements. So if I can do it, anybody out there that's interested in it but doesn't know if they have time, I assure you can find a way. It, again, will not be easy. Nothing I do is easy, but you can certainly make it happen if it's something that you're interested in, and reach out to the local aviation recruiter, no matter what state you're in.
Yep. Well, ma'am, once again, appreciate your time, and thank you for coming to talk with us. It's been excellent.
Thanks for having me.
I feel good about this one.
I know. I love now that we're able to take the podcast out in the field and like testing it and everything. Like, it makes it so much cooler than to try to make the time for, especially you're so busy and you live in another state, to try to get you to come into the studio and sit down with us. Like, it just, I don't know, it just makes it feel like, I don't know. I just like it. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. You going to close us out today?
Sure, I'll close this out.
Close us out.
All right. I'm kind of like awkward to the camera right now, but...
That's fine. Turn to it. Let the people see your face. Close us out.
Okay. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we will catch you guys in the next episode.